Good afternoon, everyone, or evening, depending on where you are. Hope everyone is doing well. There's a cold front pressing its way across the country, so it's probably a little bit chillier in most places than it normally is. It definitely is here where I am, much colder than it normally is for this time of year. But we press on. On this channel, we talk about all things relationships from all different angles, different perspectives, especially as you get older, because as I've said before, and people forget this, that middle age is 40 something because the average expected lifespan for a woman is in her 80s. So middle of that would be 40 something. So once you start creeping up 44, 45, things start to change. The pickings become slim. uh, and the one thing that I am never, ever going to advocate is you do not change what your desires are. That is, unless there's something about you that's changed that would cause you to change what some of the things are that you want in a good relationship with a good man, especially if you're talking about still getting married. So you want what you want, and those are the things that you should strive to get. And you change within reason. I don't, I tell people, if you are intelligent and you walk in a room and you can fill that air with all your smartness, never dumb yourself down. That's on the people that are in the room to come up to your level, but never dumb yourself down to appease anyone. Never dumb yourself down to be a part of a group. Absolutely, positively not. Stand above the fray at all cost. So I say the same thing in relationships. Don't dumb yourself down. Want what you want. If you get to a point and you have to make some adjustments because of how you're feeling or what you're going through, that's one thing. But don't do anything that's going to change what your desires are because you feel like you're getting less than because of your age or whatever the case may be. And I know especially men are going to say, oh, well, because you're older, you have to change things about yourself. Nah, not necessarily. I believe that there is someone out there for everyone, and it may just take a little bit longer for you to bring that person or for that person to be in your presence. Don't give up. That's what I say. Never give up and stay steadfast with your desires. So listen, this channel is all about relationships, like I said, from different perspective, all angles. So I'm always looking for different things in terms of how people are conducting themselves in relationships and different things that they're doing. Well, now there's this trend in 2025, and it's called communal dating. Yes, communal dating. So you're no longer dating just the person that you're with. And this communal dating, it has to absolutely be the choice of the two people in the relationship. So what communal dating is inviting friends, excuse me, not friends necessarily, but inviting people on the internet, on your social media sites into your relationship. So it's called it's called the date with me trend. And it says singles bringing others along for their romantic journeys, sharing the ups and downs of their love lives through social media. Now, I ask you, is that what you really want to do? This is a trend that I don't think that I can truly get with. And you know why? Because this trend is just like when your friends jump into your relationship and they want to give you all this wonderful advice, especially ones that if you're married and they've never been married and they want to give you wonderful relationship advice, you gotta you take it with a grain of salt, okay? But just friends in general, you gotta make sure that it's because sometimes people and they don't mean anything by it necessarily. They just say things because they feel that they're your friends and they're looking out for you. But you have to make decisions about your relationship yourself for what's going to work for you and the other person. If the other person isn't working for you, you make that decision. Unless somebody comes to you and they can show you some pictures, they can show you something to tell you that that person that you are with is not faithful, not true to you, that's one thing. But just conversation because I think he's like this, you don't sleep with him at night. So don't think he's like anything. let me tell you. But anyway, basically, so you bring other people into your relationship. Can you imagine the kind of comments? I mean, I will tell you one thing, depending on what kind of relationship you have, you can probably amass a following that is enormous. And I say that because think about it. If you've got a relationship that's really, for lack of a better word, spicy, then you're probably going to have so many people with comments and telling you what you should do and what you shouldn't do. And if you don't follow their suggestions, and they see that you've not followed their suggestions, they're going to make other comments. It can be crazy. And you know what? It can actually just ruin your relationship seriously if you really don't know how to handle the trajectory of what you're putting out there, because it'll go just like that, up, up and away, and you will lose control of it because people will be so into your relationship. You're showing them the different things that are going on. And like I said earlier, it has to be um, the two people have to be aligned. So you both have to be in agreement with that. And like, I don't think that I can get with this one because I do believe that your relationship is your relationship. You can listen to what other people say and you can take parts of that advice if it works for you, if it does anything to change things that you need to have changed in your relationship, whatever those things may be, or make them better, make them whatever, not make them worse, of course. Well, that would be crazy. But anyway, so that's a new trend in 2025. It's called communal relationships, where you bring people into your relationship on social media. So just think about this. If you are on TikTok, you are on Twitter, you are on Instagram, you are on Facebook. For those of you that's still on Facebook, of course, the dying breed, as they would say. I'm still on Facebook, and I know it's a dying breed. But so that's have five things, and I don't know Snapchat, whatever. But there are so many different platforms. Telegram. There's just so many. And just imagine if you were on all of these platforms and you were talking about your relationship. I personally don't think it would last very long. You would get to a point where it's just about how many followers can you build up, how much money can you make, and next thing you know, you're not in a relationship, you're in a partnership for business. You're in a partnership for business. I just say that one to me is a little bit scary. I think it's a little bit scary, especially if you're on a multitude of platforms. If you're on maybe one or two and you're responding to those comments, you're letting people in your life, letting them know what you and your partner, your mate are doing, that's one thing. But just like anything else, people will always have something to say, and you're not going to always like what they say. But if you have everything out there for the world to see, you're going to have to accept that, comment or ignore, however you see fit to do. But you're going to have, especially if you are doing things that the average woman thinks or sees as contrary to building a relationship with someone, you're going to have so many comments about, oh, you should do this, oh, you should do that, oh, don't do this. And just think about that. And this is no shade to anyone out there. Think about if you are someone that is a little bit more mild mannered and you're trying to put yourself out there, build up a following, you can fall into some traps real quick because there are some shady, mean ass people on all of these platforms. So I say, if you find yourself interested in the communal dating, be careful and make sure that if you decide to do this, that your partner, your mate, your significant other is in line with it, because I see it as something that can truly ruin a relationship, especially if it's someone that you are genuinely into and really want to build something with. I just say, be careful. And you're probably saying, well, Chris, people do that now, but they're doing it now, but they're already in relationships. Most of these people, they're already married, they have families. So this particular platform would be more for people that are just meeting each other and starting to build a relationship, basically. I don't think that it's for established relationships. You've been married for a while, like most of the people that are on Instagram that are in relationships, they're already married. They may not have been married for a long time. They have children. They have started a family, all of that. This is for the new relationship. So this is for the person that is just getting to know someone and they're bringing everybody else on for the ride, along for the ride as well. So I think that it's a little different than those established relationships where people are sharing their lives on the different social media platforms. So just another way to grow a relationship or not grow a relationship. So tell me what you think about that. And maybe some people are already doing it. I don't know. But leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about that. So listen, don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a message. And you know what? Let's engage. Let's talk about this because I have some great topics. I know I do. So let's talk about some of these things because you know what? If nothing else, especially as women, we can always learn something from each other as it relates to relationships. So I am open and looking forward to hearing from you, hearing what you have to share. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So listen, have a wonderful week wherever you are. Stay warm. Stay warm because it is cold out there. Once again, it's called Communal dating. Are you into that? Hey, and you know what? You can go online and you can Google some more information about it because it is a thing. It is definitely a thing. So check it out. Talk to you later. Talk to you soon. Talk to you sooner than later, I guess.